What's up, guys? Hope you're doing awesome. I just wanted to shoot this quick video kind of recapping. We were able to schedule 25 strategy sessions for our agency, Plumbing and HVAC SEO, this past month, actually this past week. And I wanted to kind of unpack how we did it because a lot of you guys struggle with, how do we get appointments with prospects? How do we land new clients on a consistent basis? And it really comes down to putting out good content, positioning yourself as the expert, and getting clients to come to you sort of pre-positioned to buy. And so some of you guys read my book, the seven-figure agency roadmap, where I unpack kind of our model, how we grew to seven figures over the first 2 years, and now run a multiple seven-figure digital marketing agency. And in that book, I share one of the key things that we focus on is webinars, right? I really believe one webinar done on a monthly basis can drive your entire lead generation machine. It can drive your entire lead generation engine. And go read the book if you want more specifics on it. But it's not like a promotional sales webinar where they're coming in, they're hearing a value stack and 9 different things. It's literally a webinar that's value added. Here's how you would get this, right? Here's how you would get in your niche, how you get your company ranked on page 1 for the most important keywords. Here's how you can get more leads with pay-per-click advertising. Here's how you can take advantage of Facebook advertising, whatever the case may be. And so I just wanted to share, real world, this is what I do every single month. I promote the webinar to our list. I get people that register straight into a calendar session with us. We follow up, we get sales from it, and then we take the webinar and we load it up on YouTube and we split it into component parts, and it creates a ton of content that then gets people to come to us pre-positioned to buy. So let me Ryan, what's up? Give me a thumbs up if you'd like me. I got 10 of you with me live. So give me a thumbs up or a yes in comments if you'd like me to go ahead and unpack this webinar, the actual results that we got, and kind of how we set it up. So I'll pause for a minute. Ryan gave me a thumbs up. Who else? Give me something if you'd like me to go unpack this for you guys. Okay, cool. So here's the deal. So I use a basic landing page like this, telling them, hey, here's what we're going to cover, right? The new SEO formula for plumbing, HVAC, and home services. You're going to learn how to get ranked on page 1, how to do this, the latest changes in the Google algorithm. And then I send this out via email to our database. I post it in our Facebook page for our company. We've got a Facebook group specifically for our prospects. And then I also put it in some other groups that we're in, and I run some very basic, boosted type Facebook ads to our target audience. Thursday at 2 o'clock, discover the secrets to this specific situation. And I'll kind of open up Zoom here. You can see 225 people. It's going to be hard to see, but ideally you can see here 225 people registered for the webinar. So that's all. We got 225 people that said, hey, I'm interested, right? And one of the shortcuts that we use that works really well for us is we know not everybody that registers for a webinar sits on the webinar, right? The fact is most people, they register, I'm kind of interested, maybe I'll go watch the replay at some point, but they don't watch the actual webinar. So the shortcut that we use time and time again is when someone registers for the webinar like this, we're not sending them to hey, add this to your calendar or go do this if you want to access it now. We take them straight to a shortcut, which is, let's schedule time to chat, right? Hey, you're interested in SEO. You're like most plumbing and HVAC companies. You want to know how it works, but the reality is you just want someone to do this for you, to get you ranked, to do the work, right? If that's true, enter your information over here on the side. Give me some information about your company, and we'll schedule a time. We'll look at your specific situation, how you can generate better results online. Use it all day. We actually get more appointments from that 2-step process than expecting people to sit through the hour-long webinar and listen to the content and then schedule an appointment. So give me a thumbs up if that's a useful insight, or maybe if you've heard me say it before and it's useful to see it again. Right? Give me a thumbs up, or yes, thank you for the hack, thank you for the shortcut. Give me something. And I got John, Ryan, Seth, Josh. What's up, Josh? Great to see you here with the biceps going. Okay, so that's the 2-step process. Out of the 225 people, I think 17 or so, last stats I looked at, 17 or so filled out the application form, 7 of them scheduled it on our calendar. right? So the next thing that we want to do is obviously we want to show up to the webinar. We want to provide great value, but we also want to follow up with all of the prospects that registered. We want to make sure we're reaching out. Hey, you registered for the webinar. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you get good value? And so we're big fans of Go High Level software. We private label it as Conversion Amp. And what we do is we take all of those people that register, we drop them on a pipeline, and then we've got an appointment set team that calls all those people. Hey, just wanted to follow up, wanted to see if you're interested in scheduling a chat, right? And we were able to move those people. You can see here they kind of hit the pipeline. SEO Webinar 2020, SEO Webinar 2020, these are qualified prospects. That we identified that they weren't an agency, they weren't an individual like proprietor, but they were a legitimate plumbing company that's interested in potentially doing better results online. And then we call them up and we try to get them on the calendar. And you can see here 25 scheduled appointments, not from all of the different marketing we're doing, but specifically from this one webinar that we did that was able to help fill our calendar, right? And kind of set my sales team up with a full calendar of appointments for next week, the week after that, and really just stacked with highly interested, highly qualified prospects that are probably going to wind up coming in and hiring our agency services. And so this is just part of the reason I believe in webinars. I think that you can schedule appointments, you can nurture your database, but the other piece of it is then you can then take that webinar and you can syndicate it in an effective way, which is really what positions you as the go-to person in your space, right? Because not only did you create the content, but then you syndicated the content. You got it out on YouTube, you got it out on iTunes, you got it out, on your blog, and people discover that content as they're going about their day, as they're looking for information. So I'll just kind of pull up our blog and I'll kind of show you high level how we syndicate this. Hopefully this is useful because I'd like you guys to be able to take this and implement it in your business. So we're still setting up the replay for the one we just did, but let's just use how to optimize your website for maximum conversion, which was the webinar we did in February. So we take the webinar, we record it on YouTube, we record it live, we load it up on YouTube, we then put it onto our website, and it becomes a piece of content that drives eyeballs. Like someone's looking for how to set up a plumbing website for conversion, how to get better results from my plumbing website, right? Because we have a piece of content specific to that, people find it, right? And then that positions them to find us, then positions them to come to us, pre-position to buy. And then we even take it a step beyond that in that we take the content, we load it up onto iTunes as a podcast, which some people listen to just as they're driving in their car. And then we take the elements of the webinar, because I usually do about an hour-long webinar, and I'll split it up, and there'll be, here's why you want to use multimedia, and that might be 5 minutes of me talking in that one webinar. I split that into a clip and put that up on YouTube. Or maybe I talk about, the key components of, where your phone number should be and where your calls to action should be. Maybe that's 2.5 minutes of my webinar. You take the value bombs and you take those and you load them up onto YouTube and create that as additional syndicated content. So that's why I say, you can do one webinar per month, create 5 to 7 pieces of content that you can syndicate across the web, and while you're at it, create all kinds of activity that positions you and gets people to kind of lean in and say, hey, I'm interested in hiring your company to do this for me. Give me a thumbs up if it's helpful to kind of see this broken down and kind of explained. Seth's asking if it's explained in the book. Yeah, there's a whole section on, I call it the client attraction method, on just creating content via webinars like this to get people to come to you pre-positioned to buy. Now, the other thing I want you to do, I've got a deep dive training I'll share with you on, the topics you should do these webinars on, how to promote the webinars, how to syndicate the webinars after the fact with a complete checklist, and examples of some of the webinars we do on a pretty consistent basis. So if you'd like to get your hands on that, and it's something I'll give you for free, all I want you to do is post in comments, webinar strategy, like in all caps, webinar strategy, and then I'll hit you in comments with a link to that particular training. So good deal. Hopefully this has been helpful. I want you guys to grow your agencies, take things to the next level. This has been a game changer for us in our digital marketing agency. It's been a game changer for the members of the 7-Figure Agency training program that I coach and train. So I just wanted to give you a little peek behind the curtains to some of the things we do and the things that generate results for us. So that's it for now. Have an amazing day. If you have questions on this, let me know. Otherwise, in all caps, webinar strategy, I'll get it over to you, and we'll take it from there. Talk to you later.